once again.
Here we have this Citroen C3 1.6 Hdi. It's making all sorts of weird noises coming from the clutch actuator there. We'll get inside and have a look at what we're getting. So once we put the ignition on, what we're getting over here is that auto sign. So once we try and start the vehicle, getting the auto sign to flash like that. We've got this on a previous video where we're doing some diagnostics on it. So we're not getting any start. It's not starting. Intermittently it will start, but when it does start, it's either got no drive or it will drive for a few meters and then lose drive completely. And you got that flashing auto sign there again. Going to do a diagnostic scan so we can show you the codes that we're getting here. So we've got this fault here, P1755, clutch actuator fault, incorrect position, and then we've got transmission information consistency, clutch actuator motor signal, open circuit, sorry, P0744. So I think today we're just going to go with replacing this actuator, and we'll get outside the car and have a look at it. Here we've got a replacement part from Saks. So here we have the part here. And I think we're just going to get this fitted. So right here you can see the fitment bolts. These go onto the mount where it clamps on. See, we've only got 3 bolts here, so it should be pretty simple to fit, and just an electronic plug. So we're going to start by taking the battery out. So this may look like it's a little bit different than you normally see because we've got some of the plastics already off from when we were having a look at this before. So we're going to remove the battery and get this out of here. Now the battery's out, I'm just going to remove the tray. And get these bolts out. Now this tray is out of the way, you can see there's an ECU here and there's a little plate here that holds it. I can see a 13mm bolt here again, so we're going to get that open. Now that bolt's open, we've got another one just in here, right there where my finger is, so we'll get that open now as well. Just having a look around at the design of this, it looks like we may just be able to pop these plastic clips off, so we may not need to even have removed these bolts, but we're going to go underneath and have a look. So just here we can see one bolt, and we've got the rest are inside. I've got one here, so we can get to that one easily. I think if we slip off the ECU here from these clips, then that leaves a gap that we can get inside to reach that one. So I think we're just going to go down this route, removing this ECU. So we've removed that ECU there just by pinching these little clips in, and we just tucked it over there out the way for a minute. Now you can see this gap that gives us access to the bolt here. So we're going to try and go in through here. So we've got this bolt here. I'm just going to open that from the top. And we only need to loosen it because it's just used like a clamp basically. Now we're just on the second inside bolt here. give that a few turns to loosen that. So I seem to be learning a little bit more about this as I'm going, because it looks like just underneath this cable here, let me just get some light on it. That light on. When we remove this cable, it looks like I can access the other bolt from this gap here. So yeah, this bolt didn't need to be removed, and it doesn't look like I needed to move that ECU either. Let's just get this wire and loom out of the way and have a look. Okay, I've just moved that cable out of the way, and I can just about see it over there. Just over there. And there it is, just right down there. You can see a lot of rust on it. Get that open now. Gonna get this long extension on it, and hopefully it should open. And if you can see down there, as we loosen that other bolt, it's already slided this way, so it should be a case of just moving it a little bit and wiggling it out, and then we'll have to undo the plug, the electrical connection. Just move that to the side a little bit. And we'll go underneath and unplug that. It's just one of these squeeze plugs to release the tabs. And we've got it out here. So we'll get it replaced with the new one. Now we've just slipped that into place. We're going to tighten the bolts up. Now all the bolts are in. I'm going to connect up a battery charger, because we've got to make sure we've got the correct voltage to reprogram this new part in. So first we're going to try to clear these codes and just see what happens. May have to reprogram it first before the codes will clear. So we've got one fault remaining, and let's have a look what that is. Transmission information consistency, so the actuator fault has gone. But we're going to go and have a look in the special functions to program this in. And we'll go to parts replacement, and we have clutch actuator replacement. So we'll get all of this done. And we'll press OK. Programming completed. Now if you look on our last video, when we tried to do that, it kept saying error. It wouldn't let us program or tell it it's had a new part or try to readapt the old part. But that's a good sign there, so it's programmed successfully first time. There's a few, it looks like there's a few more steps to go here. So that's done. Engine must be off, ignition on. Yep. Programming will take about 4 minutes. Okay. So we're going to skip that, it's going to take a long time. So there we've just finished. Programming completed. We're going to press OK. Yeah, ignition's on. Engine must be off, ignition on again. Just going through some different sequences here. Turn the ignition off. How can I turn that off? We'll press OK. Wait for the control panel to turn off. 4 minutes. Turn the ignition back on and then confirm. Join the BSI and transmission ECU shutdown phase. Doors, windows must not be moved. Okay. Okay, now some time has passed. It's telling me to turn the ignition back on again. So I've turned the ignition on, it's automatically come to this option here. So now it needs to, it's probably same with programming the clutch, programming operations. Program the clutch, biting point, follow the instructions below. And if you're doing this procedure yourself here, you can just pause this screen and copy that procedure. Now we'll try and start the car. Okay, we've got the engine started. Now it told us to engage first gear. And then engage neutral. And turn the engine off. And we'll repeat that procedure 10 times. So here comes the moment of truth, that we are going to take it on a test drive. Start up. In gear. And let's move away. So you can see there we're still on a cold engine here, so we just pulled away there. But we're going to drive it for a few minutes, make sure everything's good. Okay, we've driven it for a few miles now, so we're going to just stop and do a full acceleration from standstill. Of course, when you're driving with your phone, make sure you're either having your passenger do it or you're on a private road. And that's all. Good job, all done. See you next one.